Do you like making cards with your Cricut? I know I do. But I have found that since Cricut released their Cricut card mat, it's become a lot harder to find cards in Cricut Design Space. My thought on that is they're trying to push their product. So if you're like me and you don't want to make any cards that have to use the Cricut card mats, you just want to use your regular old mat, then let's take a look at some ways that I have found to find cards. I'm going to go to the home page. And if you look up here, there's a section called card making. And yes, some of those first couple are insert cards or cards that use the card mat, but something like this isn't. And what I like to do when I find something like this is click the little flag to bookmark it. And the reason I do that is because then I, one, I found the card. So then, oh, that one's actually cute. I'm bookmarking that. And that one too. Okay. So I've found the card. And maybe today I'm going to sit here and kind of scroll through and find a bunch that I like. I'm not going to actually make them. But then when I do want to make them, I can go to my stuff and click on bookmarked. And there's the cards that I've bookmarked that I like. So that's one way to find things. And actually, I might go back and look at some more. So click on card making and just start scrolling and looking. Here's a whole section on make it pop. These are not going to use the card mat. Hit to be square, those are going to be with the card mat. So we can just skip those. Father's Day cards. Something like this would not use the mat or that. If I hit see more, now I've found some others that don't use the mat. And how can I tell just by looking at them that they don't use the mat? Well, something like this is a trifold, and that one's super cute. Something like this probably uses the card mat because it's got those little insert corners. I do want to clarify something. Every time that I say, oh, this one won't use the mat, what I mean is it won't use the Cricut hard cutting mat. You're still going to have to use a standard cutting mat. These flip starter project, none of those are going to use the mat. Anything that's got the shape that and pop-ups, that's not going to use the card mat. So you really can find a lot when you're going from the home page. These fold and tuck, they're also called insert cards. I think a lot of those are going to be the ones with the mat. Away cards, these are all going to be ones that use the mat. Here's insert cards. Okay, so there's one way to find some is just by going to the home and clicking on that card. So now let's go back into the canvas. If I click on projects and go over here to categories, I can go to cards. So this is another way. I like that one. It would be really nice if Cricut would add a filter that says projects that don't use the Cricut card mat. But all of these right here are not going to use the card mat. These are going to. It might take some time to find ones you like, but you'll start to find them. Oh, this is nice. I was going to make SVG files for some of this kind of stuff, but look at this. Somebody made some templates in here. So here's another thing. If I click on this, now I can see projects that have used that. That's awesome. I got the steps in here. That these are actually very nice. So I was gonna look and see who designed these, but maybe it was Cricut. All right, you go, Cricut. So these all say starter projects. So what if I go under cards and say starter? Okay, all three of those came up. So that's another way that you can find things. Let's go to images. Under cards in the themes, again, we're going to have some images for cards. These are obviously for your insert cards. So up here under subcategories, blank cards. Let's see what that shows. So these are just going to be your card shapes. You could easily combine and stack some of these to create your own things. But if you just want, I mean, you could put this on top of a card and just add a little happy birthday tag, and that would be super cute. Just make it out of pretty paper. This is a butterfly shaped card. And to dive even deeper, let's say you find a card you like. Right here, I can look at this is the name of the designer. So now I can click on their name. Maybe they have some more designs just by snooping around in their profile. Let's go back here. Okay, so that's blank cards. Well, if we go card fronts, these are all great things you could make. Card holders. Oh, I get it. Okay, so these are gift card holders. That's cute. Or like the little slide the money in there kind of holders. These are earring jewelry holders. So that's super cute too. I do like these. These are like the name placeholders, place cards for your, table setting. If you want the cutaway cards, these are going to be cutaway cards, elements, other cards. So this is going to be a mix. So, but that's cute. See, like now we found a shaped card. Look at all these. On how cute. Okay, so these are going back to the insert cards and the card mat. So do they make it easy for you? No. Is it possible to find cards that you can make that do not use the card mat? Yes. But I highly recommend spending some time just digging around. And then once you find them, bookmark them. And then you can always go back to your bookmarked ones to find what you need. So we looked at projects, images. What if we looked in all images? And then we went down to project type. We could click on cards this way. You would think it would show the exact same thing as if we went to the Cricut cards subcategory, but I'm seeing things that I didn't see before. So this, it's got an image of a card. But you know what? You could totally use that on a card front, or you could use this on a card front. So if you go to projects and type in my last name, Mosh, here you're going to find my profile. And this is actually somebody who did a copy of one of my projects. But if you go to my profile, you can see some cards I have made. You could like those and save those to your profile or your design space projects. Another thing you can do is head over to my website, seanmosh.com, And you can either type in card, or if you type in homemade card ideas, I have this article with 20 different types of cards that I will show you how to make. From basic cards, slimline cards, shaped cards, shaker cards, the list goes on and on. So not only do I tell you about the different card style, I link to my project file, which I was just showing you under my profile, but then I'll take you to the YouTube channel that shows you how to make that style of card. Here is yet another way to find cards. Let's go to images. And I'm going to be in all images. And see right here where it says image sets? These used to be cartridges. Think of them as bundling your images. So back when Cricut used to sell cartridges, they that was the only way we could get images. You would buy a cartridge and it usually had a similar theme to the grouping or bundle or set. So here are Punny Christmas cutaway card elements. They're all together. There's 10 different images there. If you do not subscribe to Cricut Access, you could purchase these 10 images for $6. If you subscribe to Cricut Access, you have access to them. So now you can find groupings, bundles, sets of images that might have a similar theme or look. And these are all going to be cutaway cards at first. And these are insert cards. But you could probably scroll down here and find here's sympathy phrases. You could use those on a card. Sentiment collections. You could use that on a card. Holiday collection. These are for cards right here. What have I typed in? Card. There are 147 sets that are for cards. So if I look at this set here, that one probably does not use the card mat. This one might. So you could look, and some of these might be ones you could make without using the Cricut card mat, like these, like these. Here's one, smiley cards. This was a Cricut cartridge back in the day. And what we used to do is find a base that we liked and then find a image front that we like and combine them. Here's a shaped card. Creative cards. This is a nice set actually. So there's a basic card base, and then you would pick elements to put on the front. Or something like this, it's all combined for you. They even have envelopes. Like you could take this chevron pattern, cut that out of a pretty paper, and just put it on top of this rectangle card, and boom, you're done. Or add that on top of your rectangle card. Here they show you that they've combined some of these different elements into a full card for you, but you can be creative and do your own. I have total faith in you that you could figure that out. Simple holiday cards. Yeah, I remember this cartridge. So this has got an assortment for different holidays. So I hope that helped you come up with some ideas of different ways to go and find some cards that do not use the Cricut card mat to create them. Before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I love to hear from you.